About 8 o'clock last night, we had a crew of 20 people show up.
Close it almost, so it's not all the way. Okay, right there.
We've got the floor stacked up on about 26 carts. There's 217 pieces of the floor.
Now, we'll set this corner over here. Put your piece at the end.
We lay out the floor, bring in the risers, set the chairs, make sure everything's clean, ready to go.
And most of the day, we're taking phone calls from people who want to put tickets in will call, or season ticket holders who have questions about the game that night.
Shoot around at 10 a.m. Prior to that, we make sure we get updated stats and numbers down to the coaches. As far as Locke's deal with the radio, he wanted to, do you want to do it like Coach would do it out on the court, or he can come back to you either one?
This is the food for the private clubs that we have. We've got lots of cookies going on in the ovens. Obviously, there's some serious volume. It's not just small batches.
We don't have any additional commercial spots for pregame, do we?
And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Game day, we're running around like crazy.
Jazz Game Day is presented by Mountain America Credit Union. For your home, your business, your life.
Game day, wake up, then I have to go get the donuts, so that's probably my first task.
My staff starts working on a game day usually about 8:30 in the morning.
So I'll change that. I already did the credentials. It's in the box, so we'll get that going.
During that quiet time, they have to prepare game notes, packets, and they go through practice or shoot around. And then there's media availability where the local media comes in and interviews the players after shoot around.
Yep, donuts and bagels. Do it because I'm a rookie, so they tell me if I don't have the donuts, you know, it's not good, so I make sure I have them.
How are you today?
Good, how are you? Good. And then 4 chocolate, 4 strawberry, and 4 glazed. After that, I have shoot around.
Team will shoot at about 10 till 10:30 or so. We'll get an injury update from the trainer, Gary Briggs, which we'll then distribute to the media. Derek Favors was sent home with a cold. He's a game time decision for tonight. Ronnie Price is out tonight with the sprained big right toe. He's going to have an MRI this afternoon, so we should have an update tonight.
Okay. We have to do a better job of first of all, playing your man hard, not taking something away from him, counting on each other, communicating on the weak side. And
once they come off the floor, the players will go to the locker room, and we'll have media availability. Coach Corbin will come address the media, and then each of the players, one at a time, will as well.
Good morning. We've got some things going for the Jazz game tonight. Got several things happening. We're making a turkey and rice soup here. We have mashed potatoes and gravy that we're going to be doing. This is the butter started to go in the mashed potatoes.
Close up for Julio.
Each Jazz game represents 2 days of work for us, and starting the preparation the day prior and then continuing it through the game day itself, and having a finished product ready to go in the early evening hours of a game day. So it's pretty involved. Our kitchen it gets pretty exciting at times with all the people, and they each have their own little areas of responsibility. It's quite a production area.
Right now we've got the turkey stock. We're adding celery, some carrots. There's already onions and turkey in there. What we'll do is we'll let this cook for a little while. We've got some rice in the steamer. Things have been going on since about 5:30 this morning, and it's just getting started.
Do you have tickets available in the lower bowl?
Generally, on a game day, we'll be here from 8:30 in the morning.
I've got some in section 1, row 25. Those would be $64.75 each.
Okay.
That's the cheapest for 3 together in the lower bowl.
So a lot of the things that happen during the day are not even ticket related. It may be questions about injuries that night, it may be questions about the time the game starts, or the giveaways before the game. Big game tonight. This is what we're going to do. Amanda, you're going to be at window 1. Brittany, you're going to be at window 2.
We're holding back the best locations for that event. Do you want me to take care of that today? Do you want me to do that for you?
Even we get questions about people want to know what the halftime show is, so whether they stick around and watch a show, or are we going to go out and get some food. So we get a lot of those questions, but we also get the ticket needs where people they have family in town, they want to buy an additional ticket right next to them.
He has 6 seats. 2 he's already renewed, that's on row 6 in section 12. Then he has 4 seats in section 15 and row 14, but he wants to downgrade to 2 for just better seats.
Yeah, the press room is basically right back here in the middle of the hallway. Nuggets locker room here and Jazz locker room here, so everything's right in the middle. And your room's multi-4, which is directly across from the locker room. I think it says 156 on the top of the door. So.
Okay, and then the teams, do they just run out each side?
Yeah. The Jazz will come through that tunnel, Nuggets will come through that tunnel, and then when they arrive, they'll come in security probably where you guys came through. You know, we've got overhead lights in there too that you guys can turn on if you need to shoot them coming in. So. When TNT or ESPN's here broadcasting, they generally want their own set of sit-down interviews with our players, so they'll ask to sit down with guys because they don't see these guys on a day-to-day basis like our local media does. It should be right here on the right.
Ladies and gentlemen, live.
Coach, how you doing? How are you? Good.
How are you doing?
How are you?
Good. Good.
Good to
Cup
see
of
you.
C, Coach. Cup of C. How you doing?
Good.
So a lot of times they want to ask more general questions and then also questions just for that night, but they need a little more background information. So they'll want to sit down with a couple players, they'll want to sit down with the coach.
Thank you.
But he got some
No timeline, he's been cleared for on-court activity and can progress that as tolerated.
Okay.
And then Ronnie Price had an MRI today on his sprained big toe. He's out tonight, doubtful for our next game, but will travel on our road trip next week. So. Now that shoot-around's done, we'll go upstairs, take care of a few plans for tonight, and then we'll have a little downtime until things really pick up before the game.
Hi guys.
10 hours.
This is our control room here in the arena. This is the heart and soul of the building.
Yeah, but mine was like 90 in the car. So mine was 90 in the car.
Typical game day would be, we usually have a 10 a.m. production meeting with the talent. It's Matt Harpring, Craig Bolerjack, Joe Kruger, and Jeremy Bruner.
I thought that was fun. We've been off the plane about 10 hours.
I might as well belly up right next to you. See,
That's where we sat there last night. Hey man, glad you could show up.
Hey guys. Hi guys.
Guys, I brought my reading material.
What'd you bring?
Just some books for you guys to look over for tonight's game.
Okay. You know what? I heard the library line is terrific.
I want my teacher for president. Okay. All right, Trav, I got you.
Do we look at the open and see which version?
I told Brad to cut the one about the home.
Okay.
Good things happened last time we were here.
CJ dropped 40. It's more about us than it is about. The Hornets aren't that good. I mean, that was kind of up there struggling too. So
We're always looking for something positive for Jazz fans to latch onto and look at and say, hey, that's, something's, even in a loss last night, we're always looking for something positive to spotlight on the team.
If you want a positive from last night, Al got his shots, but I thought Earl did a pretty damn good job.
Big Al stats pretty impressive today. Most games with 30 points, 10 rebounds in March. And one thing that jumped out at us this morning in the production meeting is that Al Jefferson has 4 30 and 10 games in the month of March. And we decided that was something that Jazz fans could kind of look at and say, wow, he's leading the NBA in a certain particular category.
this is not what you want to come into a meeting with, a blank sheet of paper. You see that? There's nothing on there.
That's what's in the pregame so far.
It's a blank page and then you paint it.
We're doing good.
Becomes a masterpiece, right?
And there's kind of a quiet time during the day until the game starts. But during that quiet time, they have to prepare game notes, packets.
Figure with TNT here, we need some more.
Our interns draft game notes for every game for us, which includes just recent stats, trends, notable things to look for both the media and for the coaching staff. The visiting team does that as well, so we rely on them to send that to us. We have an NBA internal website that will pull box scores and game statistics to give to the coaches, and the rest of it is just pulling all of these sources, compiling it, putting it in a concise format, and then running copies and delivering it.
All right, well, I'll make that change and send it upstairs and have Tess go pick it up.
I like to think we have a really strong relationship with the local media. There's a lot of media coverage of us since we are the only major professional team in the area, but I like to think our media works well together and they all seem to get along. The only shoot around he's had here was the other day when we had the press conference, so he didn't do media availability. We held him for the press conference. So it's important for us on our end to have a strong relationship with those guys because we're working with them day in and day out.
Yeah, it's always pretty much different. Just as long as I'm not going to sleep and sitting around just doing nothing. I'm always doing something. I go grab a bite to eat. Yeah, but mine was like 90 in the car. So mine was 90 in the car.
90? You were 90?
No, I was going 90. The ticket was 90. Go ahead, after you.
All right, guys, high five, high five. Oh, yeah. Nice, put it down.
For you?
I will have steamed rice with 2 orders of orange chicken.
Steamed rice, 2 orange chicken.
Yeah.
What would you like on this other?
Orange chicken and the sweet fried chicken breast.
Would you like any egg roll today, guys? Egg roll?
I'll take it.
And Barbara and I took that picture of you eating all that meat. We had it. We had it.
I'm watching. Picture right here?
Yeah.
Utah Jazz, Elvin. How are you doing? Good, good.
Mostly in our office, we're dealing with season ticket holders as the fan relations office. We kind of consider ourselves the concierge for season ticket holders as far as the Jazz go.
Okay, thank you so much because that helps me help you. Okay, thanks for calling. Bye-bye.
And luckily we have a very well-trained staff. We'll get people taken care of and get the right people in the right seats. But you can imagine 44 times a year, 20,000 people.
Oh, we got 6, 7?
6 of us. Yep.
Okay, you know where you headed on the suite?
Oh, we're gonna guess.
A lot of times you'll have a problem where it's the wrong row or the wrong portal, or people won't understand that section 3 you can enter from portal 2 or portal 3, and so they'll say, well, how come the person next to me isn't sitting next to me because they enter in on portal B and I enter in on portal C, and they'll say, no, that's just because you're right in the middle.
This area over here is where all our cold food is done.
We have a core group of full-time people. Obviously, our executive chef, who's done really quite well recognized in the community, and he has about a dozen people that are full-time underneath him, and then another roughly 70 that are part-time that just come in and work game days for us.
This is the food for the private clubs that we have. Fig Newton here, he's our executive sous chef, and Andreas, he's working on some salads.
It requires 600 employees in total, and 80 of them work in our kitchen operation, working to provide the meals in all of our areas, including concessions.
We have another crew coming in about 10 minutes for our concessions, which is on the other end of the kitchen.
This is our control room here in the arena. This is the heart and soul of the building. Everything that happens in the arena goes through this dispatch system that we have here. The security officers dispatch the various departments to areas of concern. We also have here monitors that are only a sampling of the several cameras that we have in the building.
10-4, thank you. Okay, this side of the cameras here, there are 33 cameras that we can see of different parts of the building. This monitor here also has 33. Right now we've got the 4 cameras that are on the outside perimeter of the building. This one is we keep on here most of the time. That's our ticket lobby, so that we can see who's coming into the building and who isn't. We have a total of probably 75, 80 different cameras. They record 24 hours a day. All information is stored on them for about 30 days. On game nights, we have them strategically set. We can set the cameras to different areas so that we can see what's going on in the bowl at any time. See, they're just coming out from halftime there for getting ready to go. Once in a while,